If you want to learn how to make this adorable heart lantern, then stick around because we've got the full tutorial for you. Welcome back, crafty friends. My name is Lisa and I'm part of the Better Life blog team, and I cannot wait to show you how to put all of this together. The best part about this craft is that it looks ultra complicated to put together, but it's really not. All you need is your Cricut machine and a few pieces of cardstock and some glue. Here's my Cricut doing its thing, and it's already started cutting out some of the pieces. But before I continue, I wanted to show you where exactly you can get this SVG file. Head over to betterlifeblog.com and search Heart Lantern. If you're not yet a member of our VIP Crafters Club, you have two options. You can purchase it for $8.99, or you can join the VIP Crafters Club and get this file for free along with others in our archive. This really has the best value because you get instant access to all of our SVG files, all original, made by Nancy. So if you're new around here, be sure to browse around and click on Start here at the top left-hand corner. And this is where you can learn all about us and Nancy. We can really help you get started on your crafting journey. So be sure to click on that VIP Crafters Club membership and join us as soon as you're ready. Again, you'll unlock access to hundreds of our SVG files, plus we do crafting parties every month and it is so much fun. The first thing that I like to do once I get all of my pieces cut out is to go in with a weeding tool and just make sure that all of the little intricate details are really clean and cut out. I like to take this weeding tool and kind of puncture out little pieces. In this case, it's the little hearts. There are a lot of intricate designs in this file, so be sure you go through every piece just to get all of those details out. Okay, so while you're doing this, you're also going to see that you have these little petal pieces that don't have any of the heart cutouts. Normally you want to use vellum paper to cut these pieces out. There should be 6 of them, but I didn't have any vellum paper on hand, so what I did is I used parchment paper. I opted out of using my Cricut to cut out the parchment paper, so instead I printed one of those petals, and then I traced it out and then cut it out by hand one at a time, so I traced out 6 of them. Again, this is just an alternative and I really suggest you use the vellum paper, but this one worked out as well. It's just an extra step, but again, it was really therapeutic and I really like being in my zone when I'm crafting. It gave me an excuse to just kind of tune out the world and just do my tracing and do my cutting and kind of do my thing. So here I go, cutting each piece out. And if you end up taking this route, just put these aside for now once you get them all cut out, and we'll get back to those later. So the petals with the hearts cut out in them, I want you to take one by one, and start adding glue on the edge. Now grab one of those vellum pieces, or in my case, the parchment paper, and then put it on carefully and make sure that you're patting it down to make sure the glue is sticking and adhering on. Then you're going to want to go in and add some glue in the center and then stick on that middle portion. So basically what I'm doing is I'm working section by section, so from the left to the center to the right, to make sure that everything is sticking nicely and neatly. Now adding some final glue dots onto the right edge. Pat that down and now it should be all adhered. Alright, so one piece is done, we're good to go. The reason why we want to use vellum, or in my case parchment paper, is so that when we put the fairy lights or the tea lights inside, the actual lantern will shine through. So again, we're working through the edge of the petal, securing that vellum or parchment paper, and we're working our way through adding glue to the center and then along the edge to the right side. Again, I love crafting because it's so therapeutic and I really get into my zone. We always encourage our crafters to just really get into the process. Every step is so rewarding because we know that we'll be putting together a beautiful piece. So once you get through all of your little petals, we're gonna go on to the next step. Next, I want you to grab your larger heart, the one with all of the heart cutouts inside. Essentially, you're taking this larger heart and you're gluing it onto the solid heart. You can see it over there in the background. It's that large pink heart without the heart cutouts. I went old school with this glue stick that you usually use at school. I like it because it's blue and then it turns clear once it's all dried up, so I can actually see where I'm gluing. But there are tons of other glues that you can use. There's also a brand that we love to use and it's barely art glue. It's a precision glue. so the tip of it is really fine, making it ideal when you're crafting with intricate designs. Much like this one, since it has all of the heart cutouts, they're very intricate and you can get in between each cutout. And now you want to place it on that large solid heart. I suggest starting from the bottom so that the bottoms align, and carefully place it on there. I'm patting it down to make sure it's really on there nice and really secure. And I just love how everything's coming together so nicely. Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays of all time, so working with these colors and these little heart cutouts makes me so happy. Okay, now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty because we're gonna start assembling everything and everything will start coming to life. You have these two circular pieces. This is what's gonna make the lantern stand. Take the circular piece with only one slit on top and insert it into the piece with the two slits. Basically, that one piece with only one slit is going to be inserted into the bottom slit of the one with the two slits. Then go ahead and slide in the two bottom slits together, and you'll get this shape. It almost looks like a snow globe. Now that you've assembled that, you're gonna wanna insert it to the bottom slit of your large heart. And then the bottom slits will match up. So take the bottom slit of your circular pieces and insert it to the bottom slit of your large heart. Now your lantern is slowly coming to life and it can stand on its own. Okay, so you have these circular pieces. I want you to grab one, and for every slit on the circular piece, there will be another slit on the other circle pieces as well as the large heart to match it up with. So work your way around and insert the slits one by one. There are two circles because you're going to want to do this at the bottom and the top. This will give your lantern its final shape. So you see that I've inserted the slits into the bottom by securing it in the slits that are in the big heart. Now I'm securing it even more by inserting it and matching it with the other slits on the snow globe-like pieces. Work your way around and do the same thing. Okay, so grab your other circular piece and we're going to be doing the exact same thing but at the top portion. It's best by attaching it to the big heart first and then working your way around to the smaller pieces. These pieces are what helps attach the petals around the lantern itself. Okay, here we go. We are starting with the slits in the bigger heart. So I got that in there and it's nice and secure, so now we're going to work our way around with the other slits, and you just work your way around. Look at how nice and stable that is. So now it's time to insert those little petals with the parchment or vellum paper. Okay, can you spot my mistake here? I'm gonna have you take a guess. So if you guess that they're upside down, you're absolutely correct. I inserted the petals, you know, the ones with the vellum or the parchment paper. I had accidentally put it upside down, but that's a really easy fix because this is so removable that I'm able to just pop it out and then put it the right side up. And they're removable so that you can actually insert your light in there so that it becomes a lantern. Oh, and also remember, please, to only use battery-operated lights in here. This craft, after all, is made with paper and cardstock and glue, so we don't want anything catching fire. So to insert the petals, you're going to be putting the notch inside those longer slits in the circular bases. Look at how cute she turned out. Okay, so I left this little slot opened up because I want to insert my fairy lights. And again, these are battery operated. You can also use tea lights, but please no open flames. Make sure these are battery operated. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it inside my lantern, and then I'll be taking that final petal and inserting it into the slits just to close it all up and make it look neat and tidy. And look at that glow, the parchment paper really came through. You'll get the exact same effect with the vellum paper. And there we have it, look at the beautiful heart-shaped lantern we put together. I hope this inspires you for your next craft. And if you enjoyed this craft, be sure to click the subscribe button to follow for more.